Hey everybody, Morgan Rutherford from the Colorado Agave Collective. I am here with Nico Meyer from Por Lo Bueno, and we're going to chat through your lineup.
Sounds like fun. Yeah, thanks for the intro, Morgan.
Yeah.
This is Por Lo Bueno. We are a local mezcal company, well, about as local as you can get. It's obviously all made in Oaxaca, but we're based out of Boulder, Colorado. Even says so on the bottles here. And this is my family's operation. Started this with my dad a couple years ago, 2017. We were down in Oaxaca drinking tons of mezcal, like one does.
Yeah.
And we tried this particular Cuixe varietal. We were blown away, wanted to meet the guy that made it. And when we drove to the tiny Zapotec village where he lives, turns out him and my dad had friends in common from like 1970.
No way.
So, kind of everything just fell into place.
Right.
Fast forward, a couple of years, here we are in Colorado with, some bottles and some great juice.
That's amazing. What an origin story too. That's so cool. I didn't know that about this. So can you talk a little bit about these labels too? These are so fantastic and everyone is different. And I'd love to hear a little bit about it.
Yeah, of course. So each of these labels, I actually grew up with all these in my house and they're still in my parents' house to this day. So my godfather was a painter and he's actually the person that turned my father onto mezcal and myself and my brother, really the whole family. So when he passed away, we decided to kind of honor Enrique's, legacy and, his deep appreciation for mezcal.
Very cool.
And that's what these are. So these are all his paintings. And yeah.
So there's that through line of like the person who painted these pieces of art loved mezcal in it and is your godfather.
Yeah.
And a lifelong friend of your family.
Exactly.
And why not put his art on your label?
Mm-hmm. And actually on top of that, Por Lo Bueno itself means, for the good. But that was Enrique's toast. So anytime we're drinking, you have a drink, you say Por Lo Bueno, which is, to good art, to good company, to good friends, to good mezcal, and then you can have a sip.
That's my new favorite toast. Did you have one that you started with as your first bottle and then went from there?
Well, the Cuixe is the one that kind of, started this whole idea, right? We had tried the Cuixe. We wanted to meet Clemente. When we got there, that's kind of where this connection happened. But when we chose to roll out to market, I guess, we decided to launch with all of them. Personally, obviously the passion is kind of with these wild agave varietals.
Yeah.
Not to knock on the Espadin, I think it's a great product, but I think as most deep agave nerds or enthusiasts would know, I think there's a bit more complexity and a bit more going on with these other varietals.
Absolutely.
So we did launch all 6 at the same time. And this one here on the edge is actually our newest product. And as you see, it's a little bit different. We just did a little makeover on our design. So it's this shorter bottle, a little bit of metal foil on the labels. I'm not sure if you can see that. But
I see it. It's gorgeous.
Right? And that's our Pechuga, which is, for those that don't know, a Espadin with a little extra something in there.
Yeah. Are you willing to say what the Pechuga main character is?
Yeah, so ours is turkey, guajolote, as they say in Mexico. And we have, I think, like about 15 other ingredients in there. And what's actually super neat about this one is it's really our recipe. So me and my dad sat around a table with, tons of different glasses of mezcal and different herbs, spices, fruits, vegetables, all in there. And we kind of found what flavor profiles we liked. We, put them through 5 rounds of blind tasting of actual pechugas. We have a little, it's like a 5-liter still down in Oaxaca. So we made a bunch of small batches,
Very cool.
Tasted them blind, and at the end of that, ended up with our original recipe.
I love it. I love it. Well, should we taste it?
I think we should. Yeah, let's do it. All right. So the Pechuga, like I mentioned, is 100% Espadin, but then on the last distillation of it, we're adding in this basket with the fruits, the vegetables, the spices, the herbs, the turkey, and that's hanging in the distillation, in the still itself. So as the mezcal heats up, all those flavors kind of infuse in, and you get this, it's similar to gin, I think, process-wise. Flavor-wise, obviously, it's an agave spirit. And I guess what's different from this Pechuga versus other is that other Pechugas are typically 3 distillations. So usually you'll have a bunch of leftover Espadin, someone's getting married, and then you're gonna, just throw that Espadin through another distillation with, the turkey or whatever you're gonna add. Ours, the whole concept behind it was we knew we were gonna make a Pechuga, so we chose to do it on the second distillation, which does have a pretty significant impact. Really what that's doing is allowing more of the agave oils to stay into the final product. Each distillation you go, the closer you get to vodka, right? So vodka prides itself on, 5 distillations.
Right.
Mezcal, you're getting some.
Prides itself on a lot less than that.
Exactly. So.
And this is like, I can, you won't be able to see this on camera, but there's a lot going on in this glass, even just as far as how visually it appears. There's so many things floating in here. It's fantastic. Proof that you haven't, distilled it all out of here. Fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. It's a different flavor profile than any
of
pure
your
yeah, exactly.
any of your other ones.
And the idea is really that, like, if you were to just add soda water, you have enough flavor in here to have essentially a cocktail, right? I mean, you have all this crazy, range of spices and
very much so
fruit in here. So the idea is to make something exciting and fun to drink, right?
Yes. Cheers to that.
Por lo bueno.
Por lo bueno.
Yeah.